Salut à tous, on est encore en confinement, c'est le mardi 10 novembre aujourd'hui et je vais faire une vidéo pour vous aider à mieux comprendre le français, le vrai français qu'on parle et peut-être à même incorporer ces expressions. So today we are going to have a look at 10 expressions that I listened in last night's episode of Opération Top Chef. And before getting started, I just want to give you some information about that show. So there are many reality TV cooking shows, okay, we call them des émissions de télé-réalité, donc de cuisine, sur la cuisine. And Philippe Etchebest is a very famous French chef here, and he's in many different cooking shows. So he's in Top Chef, Objectif Top Chef et Cauchemar en cuisine. Donc, qui est Philippe Etchebest? Il est chef cuisinier et a été élu meilleur ouvrier de France en 2000. And to be elected meilleur ouvrier de France is an amazing prize, okay? And so basically he's very famous because he's an excellent chef, plus he's very famous on French TV now. Pour la petite histoire, je vais vous parler de cauchemar en cuisine. Pour la petite histoire, that's a French expression to say, basically I'm going to give more details. It may be not directly linked to what I'm saying, but I'm going to give you loads of details, maybe too many, okay? So cauchemar en cuisine is the French version of Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay. And you probably don't know that, but I think it's quite interesting. In Argentina, the chef is French. Okay, so in the Argentinian version, that's called Pesadilla en la Cocina. The chef that is the star is French. It's called Christophe Crionis. Il est le chef cuistot. Chef cuistot, that's like the informal way of saying chef cuisinier. De plusieurs programmes de cuisine en Argentine. And why am I talking about this? Because actually when I lived in Argentina, I lived in Buenos Aires for 6 years. I was speaking Spanish at home, speaking Spanish every day, but I noticed that my level of Spanish improved very quickly when I started to watch reality TV shows such as the MasterChef version or that show as well about the Kitchen Nightmares version, because it's how real people speak, and I think it's super important to listen to how people speak, especially if you live here in France. So, what are we going to do today? We're going to have a look at 10 expressions from the episode last night, Objectif Top Chef, semaine 5, journée 1, saison 6. And I selected expressions from the first half of the show, which is the introduction. And then you've got 3 candidates and the example from the first 2. So Lucas and Solène. Now, you can rewatch this on M6 replay if you want. It's online, but maybe you watched it last night. Donc, expression numéro 1, c'est kiffer. Alors, kiffer, c'est un synonyme de aimer. C'est super familier, informel, c'est plutôt pour les jeunes. Et par exemple, l'exemple ici, c'est il va kiffer. So, it's one of the contestants that is cooking and he's saying that the chef, Philippe Etchebest, is going to like his meal, okay, what he's cooking. Another example would be, that's my example, je kiffe les programmes de cuisine. Okay, donc, so I really like cooking shows. Now, this word in particular, I personally don't use it so much because I think it's very like youngish. I don't feel young enough to use it, but it's so common and you're gonna hear it everywhere. Numéro 2, mettre un coup de stress. So the example from the show is, le chef vient de me mettre la pression, il m'a mis un coup de stress. Un coup de stress, c'est comme une crise de panique. En fait, c'est juste une sensation de stress. Et un autre exemple, ce serait, il avance pas assez vite, je vais lui mettre un petit coup de stress. Okay, so imagine that someone is not moving on fast enough, or maybe is not working fast enough, so il avance pas assez vite, he's not working fast enough, I'm going to stress him out a little bit. Ok. Numéro 3, pas un peu, and it's gonna make sense in the example. Us French people, kind of like British, because sometimes we say pas un peu, but actually we mean very, like a lot, very much. So here in the sentence, à peine arrivée, elle fuit mon regard. Elle serait pas un peu timide, Nathalie? We need some context here. Philippe Etchebest is meeting the mother of one of the contestants, and apparently she's very shy. She doesn't even look him in the eye. So when he says, elle serait pas un peu timide, Nathalie? Basically, he is saying, il me semble qu'elle est très timide. Okay, so basically, she's very shy. She looks very shy. So you could translate it with, don't you think that she's a bit shy? Or it seems to me that she's very shy. So, other examples, right? T'exagérerais pas un peu, toi? So don't you think that you're exaggerating a little bit? Deuxième exemple, tu serais pas un peu gonflé? And that would mean, it's quite informal, that would mean, don't you think that you've got some nerves? Ok, numéro 4, sans blague. Sans blague could be a genuine expression, or very often we use it ironically, which is the case here. So it's a synonym of sérieusement. Now, Philippe Etchebest says, elle est timide ta mère? Lucas, oui, comme moi. Et Philippe, sans blague, j'avais pas remarqué. So, no kidding, I had not noticed that you were shy as well, because the contestant is shy as his mum. Un autre exemple, il m'a dit qu'il peut courir 5 km en 15 minutes. Non, mais sans blague. So he told me that he could run 5K in 15 minutes? Like, really? Ok, numéro 5, louper. Louper, c'est un synonyme de rater. On peut aussi utiliser le verbe réfléchi se louper, which is se tromper. A synonym is se tromper. So basically it's to screw up. Je veux pas louper la cuisson de la meringue is I can't screw the meringue up. I don't know if I pronounce meringue right in English, meringue in French. Okay, another example. S'il étudie pas plus que ça, il va louper son examen. So if he doesn't study more than that, he's gonna screw his exam up. So basically, he's gonna fail. Ok, être bluffé. Alors, être bluffé, c'est un synonyme de être impressionné. Et here it's Philippe Etchebest is talking about the dish that Lucas has made, and he says that it looks very nice. Okay, the visual is very good. So he says, je suis bluffé par ce visuel. Un autre exemple, ça pourrait être, il m'a complètement bluffé. Like, he really impressed me. Ça me rend dingue. Alors, ça me rend dingue, un synonyme, c'est ça me rend fou. Ok. Par exemple, ici, Lucas is looking at Philippe Etchebest tasting his dish, and Philippe doesn't say anything, so he just has to wait, right? And so he says, il dit rien, ça me rend dingue. So he doesn't say anything and it drives me crazy. Il a raté son avion, ça l'a rendu dingue. So he missed his flight, I drove him mad. Ok. Déchirer. Déchirer. Par exemple, là, on passe à la partie de Solène. Ok, donc la candidate Solène. Elle dit, j'ai envie de tout déchirer. Et j'ai envie de tout déchirer, that means I want to be awesome. I want to do super well. Like, I want to rock it. I don't know if you can say I want to rock it, but it's kind of like that. Se déchirer, un synonyme, c'est être super bien, en fait. Faire quelque chose super bien. Un autre exemple, ce serait, ce film, il déchire. Okay, that movie, it rocks. It's awesome. Now, this is very young as well, so personally, I don't use it. It's informal, but you're gonna hear it. Young people use it all the time. Hyper. Ok, hyper, c'est comme un adverbe, c'est un synonyme de très. Et là, Solène, elle dit, il faut hyper bien doser la rhubarbe. Et un autre exemple, ce serait, ce livre est hyper intéressant. So this book is super interesting. It's really interesting. This is very common. I use it all the time, and so you're gonna hear it. If you pay attention, you'll hear it. Numéro 10, se planter. Se planter, I use that very often. Synonym would be se tromper. Donc ici, Philip Etchebest tastes the fish and he says to Solène, la cuisson du cabillaud est bien, tu t'es pas planté là-dessus. Donc tu t'es pas planté là-dessus, that means you didn't mess this up, okay, you didn't screw it up. Je me suis encore planté, j'ai mis 200 grammes de beurre au lieu de 100 grammes. That's my example. So for example, oh, I messed it up again, I screwed up again, I made a mistake again, okay, donc je me suis encore planté. I put 200 grams of butter instead of 100. Ok, c'est tout pour aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui, on a vu 10 expressions pour parler comme un français. Et si vous voulez revoir cet épisode, pour le moment, c'est disponible. Donc, si vous habitez en France, okay, I guess only if you live in France, if you're abroad, I'm not sure you can have access to the replay on the website of the channel M6. Ok, donc j'espère que ça vous a plu. Dites-moi, vous, ça vous plaît, Objectif Top Chef? Est-ce que vous voulez utiliser une de ces expressions? Okay, you want to keep on learning French, you want to learn French with me? Well, I give private classes and also I organize group courses so that you can visit my website at www.nolwenn-languages.com and you can contact me there. Okay, à plus!